Okay, students. Hello, 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 students. Hello, hello. How are you? How are you? I hope all of you are doing great. So I've got a new mask. It's Yes, nice mask. Okay, so I hope all of you are doing great. And also, I hope all of you had all of you had great have a great holiday. All right. So I'm sure all of you enjoyed your holidays. Enjoyed your holidays actually. Well, almost long holiday. All right. So are you ready for our class? All right. So let me greet you to the class. Welcome to the second semester mathematics class. Welcome you all. All right. So we are going to have great moments together again. All right. So just let me see. Actually, let's see what are we going to have. All right. So let me share with you. Let me share with you the material. Okay. All right. So can you read? Can you read? Can you read this word? Can you read this word? Decimals. Decimals. Hmm? Decimal. 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 All right. All right. Look at the picture. What do you see? What do you see in the picture? Hmm. Here, here, here. There's a glass of grape jam, some boxes of apple juice, and a chocolate bar. Right. Oh, chocolate. I'm sure all of you like chocolate. All right. So a bar of chocolate, a bar of chocolate is 15.25 baht or 15 and 2500 watts. 15 and 2500 watts. Okay. Can you tell me, can you tell me if I buy, can you tell me, can you tell me if I buy, for example, four bars of chocolate. 4 bars of chocolate. How much do I have to pay? How much do I have to pay? 4 bars of chocolate. Do you know how much do I have to pay? We are going to talk about this on this lesson. All right. Decimals. Okay. So here, just look at here on the picture. The price of the chocolate is 15.25. This amount, 0.25 is called decimal. Decimal. 0.25 is a decimal. Or look at here. Or look at here. Look at this picture. How much is apple juice? How much is an apple juice? Is 43. What is 43? Pay attention to me. Pay attention how I read it. 43.75 or 43 and 75 hundred baht. Okay, again here, pay attention. 0.75 or another way to read the decimal is pronounce the whole number on the left side of the point, of the left side of the dot here, and say, for example, here 43 and 7,500 baht. All right, we call the and 7,500. We called it as a decimal. We called it a decimal. All right. So look at here. Look at my okay. Look at my whiteboard. Look at my whiteboard. 43.25. Or the price of apple juice is or the price of the chocolate bar is 15 point what? 15.25. 15.25. All right. So we call this part of the decimal, this part of this type of number, we call it decimal. We call it decimal. All right. Look at this point. Look at this dot. Look at this dot. We divide this kind of numbers in 2 parts. in two parts. All right. First of all, look at this point. Look at this dot. The number on the left side of this dot is a whole number. Let me write it for you. Whole number. This one. This red one. And the number on the right side of the point is what? What is that? Exactly. Decimal. All right? Yeah, exactly like this. So we call the number on the left side of the point, this point, we call it whole number, and the number on the right of this point or dot, we call it decimal. Decimal. All right. Indeed, the dot itself, the dot itself and the number on the right side of the dot totally called decimal. Decimal. All right. Exactly. So let's go back to our file again. All right. So decimals. Pay attention here. We can write fractions. We can write, look at here. We can write fractions as the decimal. We can write fractions as decimals only and only if the denominator, do you remember the denominator? Of course, yes, all of you remember. If the denominator of that fraction is only 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. I repeat again. 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, and etc. We can write the fractions as a decimal if the denominator of the fraction is 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. These numbers. Okay. Look at here. What do we have here? What do we have here? So as we said, we can convert the fractions, into decimals only if the denominator of the fraction is 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, and etc. The multiples of 10. If the denominator of the fraction is the multiples of 10. All right. Look at here. Look at here. What do you see? What fraction do you see? Can you read it for me? Can you read it for me? 3, the numerator is 3, denominator is 10. Can you read it for me? Yes. 3 over 10 or 3/10. Okay. So to read, all right, 3 over 10. So pay attention here. Look at the right column, decimal. Look at the right column, this column. Because the denominator of the fraction is 10, I can convert it to a decimal. How? Okay, how? So here we have 3 numerator and 10 denominator. All right. When the denominator of the fraction is 10, the decimal is 10th. 10th. You write 10. You write 10 and put th at the end of the 10. 10th, ordinal number. 10th is an ordinal number. All right. So here we start from numerator 3. We write 3. Then on the left side of the 3, we put a dot, as you see here. And on the left side of the dot, we put a 0. We put a 0. All right. This kind of number, this type of the number represents 1 decimal, represents a decimal. Represent a decimal. All right. So far, we wrote 3/10 as a decimal. Can you see? The left column is the fraction, and the right column is the decimal. We changed it like this. Okay, we call this kind of number a decimal. All right. Look at the second example here. Can you read the fraction for me? Can you read the fraction for me? 24 over 100. All right. What is the value of denominator? What is the denominator here? 100. Okay. The denominator of this fraction is 100. So do you remember I told you if the denominator of a fraction is 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, multiples of 10, we can convert that fraction to a decimal. All right. So I'm going to convert this fraction to a decimal. But how? All right. Similar to previous one, similar to 3/10, we start from denominator. All right, we start from denominator. We start from numerator. All right, what is the numerator? Numerator is 24. All right, I write 24 here. Look at the column. Look at the right column. I write 24 here. Then pay attention. Look at the fraction. The denominator is 100. Denominator is 100. All right. Let me tell you something to make it easy for you to write it. Look at this, denominator is 100. How many zeros? How many zeros do you see? Or how many zeros does 100 have? 100, the digit 100 has 2 zeros. All right, these 2 zeros shows you, these 2 zeros shows you the number of decimals. The number of decimals you have to write. Okay, so this 100 has 2 zeros. So it's telling you you will have 2 decimals. All right, so let's return to the numerator. So our numerator is 24. Write 24 here. And then we have to write the decimal, or we have to determine the decimal. So after 24, on the left side of the 24, you have to put, or you have to write dot. Look at here. I highlighted it. On the left side of the 24, you have to write dot. You have to, or put a point. And the left side of the point, you have to write a 0. You have to write a 0. Okay. This kind of number, 2400th, is a decimal equivalent to this fraction on the left. Equivalent to this fraction 24 over 100, or 24 hundredths. All right, so do you remember the point as I told you? Look at this decimal. Look at the point. Look at the point of the decimal. How many digits do you see on the right side of the dot? Right side of the dot. How many digits do you see on the right side of the dot? Yeah, exactly. 2 digits. Or 24. As I told you, the number on the right of the dot, the number on the right of the dot are equals to the zeros of the denominator, which here is 100. Okay, how many zeros are in 100? 2 zeros. And look at here. Look at here. Here are 2 numbers on the right side of the dot. Okay, so